Okay, so we had the invitations and pre-communication from Danny and Sarah. Okay, so what our tasks were to approach, the approach that invite different target markets, handling of online invitations and RSVP, communication to guests pre-event, and handling objections to the event. So our approach to invite different target markets, what we kind of talked about earlier was how we were talking about sports business majors and minors, and how we would invite marketing majors as well. But obviously the sports business majors and minors would take precedence over everyone else. And then we kind of said like the stragglers, so whoever, if you're like a communications major or something like that, and you hear about it and you really, really want to go, we said that that would be fine as long as you RSVP in time and you're not taking spots from anyone else.
And we wouldn't give them invitations, they'd have to reach out to us.
Yeah.
Personally.
Wait, so say that again?
So like the people who aren't like sports business majors or minors or marketing majors, if they like really wanted to go, as long as they weren't taking spots from sports business majors or minors, we would allow them to go as long as they approached us about it. Like we wouldn't send them an invitation.
So you're suggesting sports business and marketing?
Yes.
Okay.
And then for the handling of online invitations and RSVPs, I think as a class we decided on Eventbrite. And then that works really well for us because it's free. You don't have to create an account when you are actually getting the invitation. So like obviously as students, like if we get something, it's like create an account, like none of us are gonna do it. We don't really have time for that. There's also like an option so you can see like if your friends are going, which I think is really good because a lot of people don't want to go like by themselves to events like this. And it can also be linked to Facebook and Twitter, so the social media aspect, that's on there too.
How does that work?
I'm not really sure
Does anybody
how it works,
know how
but
that
I know
works?
you can link it to like Facebook groups and Twitter.
I think
And then,
that
like,
it
there's a
sends
link
you
like
like
that.
an email of the Eventbrite, and it can say like, do you want to use your Facebook account, kind of
Yeah.
like that, and you just enter your password, and then it'll link to
Okay.
it, and you'll get reminders that way.
Got it.
And then communication to guests pre-event, we would be sending reminders, and you can get those through Eventbrite as well. So that's another like cool aspect that has. And then we could also put out emails just from like sports business or things like that. We also thought that it would be helpful to put posters around the business building, and I mean that's not very expensive, and it's just kind of like a simple reminder just so you see it every day.
And athletes get free printing, so.
True, so we can print that without any cost.
Okay, this is on record, so.
No, everyone knows.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
kidding.
And then the communication, we would also go through social media as well. And then for the handling of directions to the event around campus, since a lot of students are going, we weren't super concerned about that, but a lot of the people who aren't, students who are like the guests that will be speaking or like special guests like that, we would be putting up just kind of like those little folder thingies. I'm sure you guys have seen them around.
Oh, yeah.
And those we don't have to pay for. Parking services will handle that.
Not on video. Hold on.
And then it's also, I mean, just because the rec is new and I don't know, like everyone knows what it is or, you know, stuff like that. And then for the invitations, this was our little Excel spreadsheet that we did, and it would have like your title, first name, last name, employer, position, alma mater, graduation year, major, and contact email. So this is all for like the special guests that we have and like the speakers that are coming. And we thought that it was important to put like employer, position, alma mater, graduation, stuff like that, just so we can sort them. And then we can also tell like if they're from NKU, they might be a little like more helpful to us too.
Question. Would the special guests use Eventbrite as well?
I think we were thinking about sending them something that's not, like we were just gonna use Eventbrite for the students, but then we also have, well the next slide is invitations.
Okay.
Yeah, these are just options. I don't know exactly the logo yet or anything, but I'm just kind of like winging it with the information I do have. And we decided we like this one best, but I'm going to probably move the black over so you can see more of the rec center. And once I get the logo from him, then we'll incorporate that in. And the information and stuff we put in the sky area. But so that's.
So these are the other ones in case you guys wanted to just look at them.
Hold on. Let me get that one right here.
We really like the fourth one, the one
Yeah.
with like, well, obviously like CRSI cut the black down a little bit, so
Yeah,
it's more of the
so
rec
you can
center. but we thought it would be like important to actually have like the rec center on the invitation, because that's what kind of separates this year's
Yeah.
from the past couple
It's
years.
new, it looks really cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's new, modern looking.
No handshake. I'm nixing that one.
No, that's alright.
Because it looks like men
Yeah.
in suits. And then kind of like, that's not what we want to be portraying. But no, thank you for designing them
No, it's fine.
as options.
So then I think we were talking about more sending like these out to like the speakers, like through
Okay.
an email, or possibly like if we wanted to send it in the mail, if we could do
Yeah,
something like
probably
that.
in the mail, I think would be really professional to get that. I think that would make them want to come more. They'd be like, oh, they put all this time into this, just.
Yeah, and we can even make these like bigger too, just so, and like laminated or something kind of cool, like glossy looking, so they look nicer.
Similar to the, we can make a poster similar to that.
Okay, so how would they RSVP?
This, well, if we're not doing the special guest to Eventbrite, we would have to have them either RSVP by like email or phone,
Yeah, we would put, under the details, we put like an email to RSVP to.
just to be kind of like more professional than having them go on Eventbrite.
Eventbrite, yeah, that's.
Okay, got it.
But it's definitely easy for the students to do that. I think, well, that was all we had to do, but I'll leave this up because anyone else, yeah.
Okay, how many people are you thinking we should have at the event?
I think as a class we decided like 250.
And how, if you had to imagine, would be the breakdown between students and special guests?
I think that, honestly, if there's like 250, maybe like 1 or 2 per like 15.
Okay.
Just because, so then there's not just a bunch of like students standing around like talking to each other, because it is a networking event. That like, I mean, obviously there's gonna be certain people that like everyone wants to talk to, but it's networking, so you want to talk to everyone as many times as you can, so that you just don't have like people standing around chatting with each other.
We should have, yeah, probably at least 10 to 15 special guests. Because I just went to the career fair and everything, and there was a lot of people to go to, which made it a lot less awkward than if there was just like one room.
Yeah.
And they're just staring at you, so.
Yeah, and I feel like it would also be kind of awkward, like if you had like 4 or 5 people standing around one person.
Yeah.
That would make them feel like really like, okay,
Mhm.
you know.
Mhm.
That would encourage movement through the rec center to have them in different stations, so that they could see the whole place.
Okay. Anybody have any questions or like what you're working on, how it might affect what they're saying? Anybody?
Okay.
Okay, that was good. Thank you. Actually, if the next invitation group could just go now, so we can kind of hear both of those at the front end.
What do you mean? You need time for moral support? You broke it, bro.
It's not, so I've changed those, so yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's on our website. Yeah, that's why I just.